Hello, everybody. Welcome to Mind Masters Hypnosis, a division of the Dallas Hypnosis Center. My name is Robert Hudak. I've been a master hypnotist for more than 39 years. Many times I've had people question me about, what is hypnosis or what makes hypnosis work? And I came up with a definition that I think kind of fits pretty well, and that would be, I feel that there's four components to the hypnosis process. That's right, four. So if those components are present at the time, then I think there's a chance for a successful hypnosis process. If one of those components are missing, then I don't think it's going to be effective. It's just as simple as that. So the very first component would be, the word would be expectation. Now, if someone calls on the phone, they already have expectation. How do they get the expectation? Well, maybe they saw something on TV, or maybe maybe Grandpa Jones came in for hypnosis 20 years ago and quit smoking, so they already seem to have expectation. Now, a lot of times the expectation might not be right, but that's when each person has to be re-educated as to what the process actually is. I mean, there's some people that might come through the door and be looking for something like this. You're now under my control. You'll do everything I tell you to do. Well, that sounds pretty good, but it doesn't exactly work that way. Or I've had people say, where's the watch? And I go, what did you want to know, the time? I don't understand the idea of the swinging watch. And so, again, the perception and that expectation is always there, but some people need to be re-educated as to be able to have a better understanding of what the expectation is and what the hypnosis process really is. Another example might be, people would think that hypnosis is being under someone's control, or you can be manipulated or controlled by the hypnotist, and nothing could be further from the truth. Hypnosis is a consenting state of mind. So expectation, it's always there, one way or another. It's just a matter of re-educating the person when their expectation is all the way to the other side. Next thing would be called cooperation. Well, that's an easy thing as well, because as far as I'm concerned, if a person walks through the door, number one, they're cooperating by coming in for the session. Number two, they're cooperating by paying you. And I've had a number of people come through the door through the years, and I'd hear something like this. Well, I went to Dr. So-and-so, and he said, I can't be hypnotized. And he said, I'm resisting. And I usually kind of laugh, because it's like, really? Well, did you pay the guy? Well, first thing I would say, did you like him? No. Did you feel that he explained everything to you so you were knowledgeable about the process? No. Did you pay him? Yes, I paid them. I don't know how much more you can cooperate than that. So I think it's important for everyone to understand that that's the second component, cooperation. It needs to be there. You can't like purposely try not to respond or something of this nature. There's cooperation involved. And if you pay, that's a whole bunch of cooperation. The next thing would be called rapport. I think rapport was actually probably the most important thing of all, because I think it's very important to develop a rapport with the person as soon as they walk through the door. And I've had a number of clients that come in were kind of very surprised when I spent time talking to them, and I didn't really understand that. And I said, what's that all about? Well, I went to see this lady, and she shook hands with me, and she said, okay, now I'm going to hypnotize you. And I said, well, it'd be a lot more effective if you kind of knew what was going on. And so getting to know the person, talking to them, having them talk about themselves and what this behavior is that they want to change, I think that's very effective in building that rapport. And I just want to make sure they understand. I'm going to explain everything in detail to them of what they need to know, and I'm going to kind of like keep the rapport the entire time, from the time they walk in the door to the time they walk out the door. So rapport is another very important component to be there. And last but not least would be belief. Belief, to me, is something that needs to be established from the very beginning of the session to the end of the session. You know, one example might be something like this. If a person come in to stop smoking, when they sit down in a chair, I go, well, that's the official stop smoking chair. How does it feel? Does it kind of feel like you're going to stop smoking? And they usually kind of smile and laugh a little bit. But again, it's important to be able to build this belief. And so whatever I'm telling them, I have to back it up. I can't say, well, you know, I can't make statements that are not true. I can think back years ago when I started out, the most funniest thing that I experienced was I would have people come out of the experience and they would say two things. One, I couldn't have been hypnotized because I heard you. And the second thing would be, I couldn't have been hypnotized because I wasn't unconscious. And so I learned at a very young age that, as silly as it sounds, I have to tell people, it's okay to hear what's going on. You know, your whole body can go to sleep and your mind can go to sleep, but your ears will be open so you can hear what I'm telling you. And the other thing would be, I would just say, well, you're not going to be unconscious. I'd have to call 911. I use your subconscious mind. So again, there's always an opportunity to build belief from start to finish. So no matter what I do, if I was to say, I'll lift up your hand and it's going to drop a certain way, it's kind of adding to that belief. If I gave them a suggestion that when they come out of hypnosis, that every time they see red, it's going to give them this willpower and self-control to overcome the problem that they're having. So the belief is just built step by step from the time they call on the phone to the time they walk out the door. And lots of times with new clients, I'll call them the next day or something. I said, I just wanted to give you a quick call, a quick checkup to see if everything is working out okay for you and if there's anything that you need some help with. And so that's my way of looking at it. Those four components: expectation, cooperation, rapport, and belief. When they're there, the hypnosis has a good opportunity to be very effective. But if one of them's missing, it doesn't seem to ever work. So I want to thank you for taking the time to listen to what I've had to say today. And kindly like, subscribe, or hit the bell at the bottom of the page so that when we have new videos that we're coming out with, we can contact you so you can find out some more about the amazing world of hypnosis. So once again, thank you very much for your time.